In the house, Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas built and T. Boone Pickens financed. Welcome to Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Cowboys, where the paddle people are ready to open up a can. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Cowboys will put total leather to crank us up. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So TCU's offense will get the first crack at it here. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
First down here for the offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
I'm a big believer in taking shots early in the game and being aggressive and showing my team I got confidence in them. Let's go make plays. First drive, already taking shots down the field. Nice job, nice pitch, nice catch.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what...
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players. We've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Oklahoma State's offense has the ball for the first time. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield, it's 4. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
Got his man quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Cowboys decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Crosses the 10. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They've been running it, but now the pass. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, TCU!
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USC is down right now, but this lead is not insurmountable. This is a program that's produced Keyshawn Johnson and Lynn Swan, so big playmaking is always a possibility. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Illinois. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run it from the gun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory?
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
Looking to pass, it's Lagway. He's right on target. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll try it on the ground. The Horned Frogs get it past the sticks.
Well, there you're seeing the mentality of this head coach in the game, going for it on 4th down. A lot of guys would have tried to kick a field goal, but I think this guy knows, hey, we're not going to win this game putting 3s up on the board. We need touchdowns. Nice attitude.
And the Horned Frogs are on the move. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
Looking for room. It's Walters. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their...
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Only in the first half already, this guy's got 2 TD passes. So you can see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. They've converted twice on 4th down so far. Will they make it 3? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch past the sticks. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Headed to the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, TCU! If these guys wanted to make a statement, statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. No, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Fires left. It's caught downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking to throw, it's Flores. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down marker.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
He wants to pass it on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Andrews. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Cowboys are in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got a man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He's looking to throw. He caught it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. One more snap coming before halftime. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to throw. It's Flagway. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out. There he goes. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a magnificent game there so far in Stillwater. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Boone Pickens Stadium.
And the Horned Frogs will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Okay, what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Looking downfield, it's Flores. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cowboys! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
The sure hands, it's Baker. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Starts to scramble to the left. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Using his legs, it's Gburg. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on it.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back 2nd to 16.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Headed to the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the route is on.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Oklahoma is down right now, and that's unusual for this program. Most fans in Norman expect excellence. Let's see if they can provide the spark this team needs. They're trailing by just 4 to Florida.
They'll run it from the gun. Nifty little dance step.
Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll leave it with him. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, he picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
He's going to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? From the gun, the ground game. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. To the air, it's Flores. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. And the Cowboys look to keep this drive humming. They'll throw it on 1st down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And for the 2nd time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. Between the uprights, it's good. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Zings it complete to the right. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense on second down. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Finds his big tight end. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
The give out of the gun. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
A first down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. On second and goal, he gets another chance. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? After getting nothing on the last snap, let's see if they try to run it in on third and goal from the 1. Trying to surge it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Tackled immediately after the catch. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Back to pass, it's Flores. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Gets it out quickly. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
I tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative. Or
he'll take a shot. Pulls it in inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The Horned Frogs have this offense rolling. With the run on first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. He's got it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop it.
On the ground. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line. Trying to push his way in, but not quite enough on fourth and goal. They're backed up. First and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. He's going to throw it from his own end zone. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Snagged in the middle. It's 4. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there. And he stopped from getting the first down. On third and long, try to convert through the air. It's on target and complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to...
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. The Cowboys will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. one more play to pad the stats. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff, and these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.